Welcome to the art room. I'm Mrs. Maley, art teacher at Murray Middle School. Join me as I share fun and creative ways for you to make your own artwork. Did you know that artists can use doodling as a way to practice their art skills and even come up with creative ideas? Well, today we're going to use doodling to come up with an artwork called Flower Doodles. Here's an example. Let's get started. You'll need thick white construction paper, colored markers, permanent markers, thin tip and regular, and a messy mat to keep things clean. Okay, now that we have our supplies, there's one more option that you have, and that is to go online and search for flower doodle designs. These are a few that I found online and I printed off. If you would like to come back to this section of the video later on and just pause it, you can get really fun creative doodle ideas from this sheet. So the first thing that you're going to do to get started with your flower doodle is to choose your colors. Now you can decide as an artist what colors you like, but I like to think about my color wheel. Sometimes I go with more warm colors. Sometimes I go with more cool colors. I may go with a family of colors that are near each other, such as analogous, but it's really up to you. You can even just choose your favorite colors. Today, I think I'm gonna go with an analogous group, the red, purple, and blue family. So I'm gonna choose colors from that area. So when you pick your colors, you are going to start by creating a geometric shape, which is a circle. So it's basically a circle that you draw and then you fill it in all the way. Now when you draw your circles, I want you to think in terms of threes. And you're going to do a big, a medium, and a small. So whatever colors you choose, make sure each time you do a big, a medium, and a small. So I'm just going to take a few moments and do this part on my paper. Okay, I have created big, medium, and small circles around the paper. And I want you to think about when you draw the circles, if you have them in your hand and you let them drop on your paper, that they are spread out randomly. This gives a good variety to the circles being placed on the paper. You can even have a few going off the edge if you like. And since we have our messy mat, that's not going to matter if you draw a few off the edge. That might actually make things a little more interesting. So I'm just going to add a few like that. And there's my small. Okay, remember, big, medium, and small. Now you're going to start drawing with your Sharpie. Now, you've got two kinds of Sharpies. You've got your regular and your fine tip. So I'm starting with the regular, and I'm looking at my idea sheet to help me. Each one of these little circles are going to become some type of little flower doodle. So you can look at any of the ideas on your paper or come up with some on your own. I kind of like this little design right here, so I'm going to start by drawing this circle shape in the middle and have some lines coming out. Now it doesn't matter if your doodle doesn't look just like my doodle or like any other doodles that you see, it's your very own doodle. Now the circles that we drew in the beginning give little splotches of colors for our doodles to become flowers. So if you draw outside of the color, that's fine. Or if you keep your doodle on the color, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. We just want our doodles to be allowed to grow, just like flowers. Now I'm going to take a moment and draw on my other circles using my regular Sharpie. Okay, now I have little line doodles all over my dots. Whoops, I just realized I forgot one, so I'm going to add one more right here. Don't want to leave a little dot out. There we go. Okay, so now that I have used my regular Sharpie, I'm going to go to my thin tip and add a few more lines just to give a little bit of variety. So I'm going to go add some little small details with my fine tip marker. Next, I'm ready to add some stems to my flowers. So I'm going to go back to my regular Sharpie and add a few stems. Now, when we draw the stems, we want to think about flowers grow from the bottom up toward the sky. So we want to make sure we have those stems pointing down. There may be a few that when it gets to a flower, you have to continue it so it doesn't go through the flower. We want to make it look like it goes behind. You may not see every single little stem. Some of them are just kind of floating. Also want to add a few leaves. So however you want your leaves to look. And then a few little lines at the bottom down here that makes it look kind of like grass is growing. So I'm going to add some of that. I've turned my paper over and I'm looking at some other little examples of little floral designs. When we first started, we were using geometric circle shapes, and we're really wanting this to grow into a more organic design. And the way we used our Sharpie helped to do that. So I'm going to add a few more of these with my fine tip. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Maybe you want to add a little butterfly or a bumblebee or something like that. That's really fun to do. It's really easy to draw a little butterfly. I think I like that. I think my picture's finished. Now remember, when you're drawing, doodling is just meant to be fun and engaging, and just practice your doodling so you become a better artist and have fun with it. Don't worry so much if you think you've messed up, just keep going because you're going to be creating beautiful works of art. I hope you enjoyed creating your beautiful flower doodles today. Remember to always believe in yourself, share your love of art with others, and make the world a more beautiful place. Until next time, this is Miss Maylee in the Art Room.